Nicole, how's everything going? Are you driving or you're home?
No, I'm at home.
Okay, so you're not driving like last time.
No,
Okay,
thankfully.
awesome. We can start, and I'm pinging people to let them know that the room is open. Okay, I got Zain over here. Zain is my son. I'm glad that you're here, Zain, so you can listen.
Yeah, I'm pinging.
Zain,
I'm pinging people too.
yeah, Zain. 2 years ago, well, when COVID started, when we got the bad news that we're going to shut down and everything, he was going to college and his first semester, and he was like, "What the hell am I? I'm supposed to leave home, go hang out with my friends, start my new life, and this is a new chapter in life." Well, too bad it didn't happen, which is it was pretty tough because I remember myself when I came to America. I was excited. I'm going to school. I'm done with my dad's rules and home rules and start my own rules. So he was surprised that this didn't happen. It took him. I said, "Listen, son, take a break for a semester and think about what you want to do. Don't stress yourself." Thank God we did this because he just walked up one day and he said, "You know what? I'm doing digital marketing." I'm like, "Are you sure?" He said, "Yep, I'm in." Now he's less than a year in his program, learning a lot of stuff, given some if you want to know something, you got to do it yourself and you got to do it in the right way. I'm sure he has a long way to go. He's not like Mr. Expert in everything, but he's learning and he's learning pretty fast. And that was a good move that he decided to go with digital marketing. I mean, it's honestly, when I was 19, I didn't know what the hell I was doing or what I was
Right.
doing. I really didn't know. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. I'm not going to act like I know everything. I failed many times, but, I figured it out. But by the time I was 22, 23, I knew what I'm doing. But for that, Zain, you've done a great job. And anybody in your age now, a lot smarter than us when we were 19, because 19 now knows what I knew when I was 24 to 25, maybe even more than what I do because of the internet. Yep.
That's
Nicole,
awesome.
yeah, he's. I'll bring him up to speak in a little bit if you want to. He's in a class actually right now. I don't know if he finished his class or not, but I'll bring him in a minute.
Oh, there's Chris. Okay. Chris, you've changed. I was looking through all my pictures. I'm like, where's Chris at? And it's because you have a green mask on. You threw me off with your picture change. Hold on, let me.
Anybody want to come up? Just lift your hand and.
Yeah, I just tried to allow somebody up.
Give me the mediator. I can help you as well.
Oh, I didn't know how to do that. Let's see here. No.
Thank you. I can bring people up. Um, the title of the room, everybody, we spoke about this last time, is how to $100,000. How to make $100,000, six figures basically. Nicole, you want to start with something, or you want me just to?
Yeah, so I think just to kind of lead off what we were talking about last time, it's about being visible and deciding if you want to, be visible yourself or if you want to do it with your team. It depends on how big you are and how visible you personally want to be for your brand. So for someone that has multiple locations and may not want to be the quote face of the brand, how can they increase their visibility as a business but not have to put their face on it? Because I know some people, when you have 10, 15 retail locations, you might not want to have your face out there. So how do you do that? And I just want to add to what we were talking about for the last call, is if that's your situation, find some people within your team and empower them to try to take the lead, but make sure someone that it's someone that's going to be long term, with your brand, because you definitely don't want to give someone else the face and then they're gone in a few months, but then I would also challenge you to change the way you think about being the face of your brand. And I'm telling you, like just on LinkedIn is huge for me. And within this industry, I feel like LinkedIn, people always tell me, quote unquote, LinkedIn is boring, but it's where I get all my commercial accounts from. And I mean, I have almost 9,000 followers, I think it is right now, connections on LinkedIn. And every day someone is reaching out to me for another business related thing around repair or some sort of service within the industry. And it's just been really great for me, but I've had to really put myself out there. And actually, I'm starting a new challenge. So for the next 60 days, it's a daily video on LinkedIn, no matter where I'm at, what I'm doing, who I'm with, and to change up the scenery. So it's not always me talking in my office. So it's basically a person that I follow, Shanae. She has over 1 million connections on LinkedIn. It's a little challenge that she put out today. I was on a like a mastermind call that she had today. So I would just really challenge you about being out there. Because it really can help your business go to the next level, and I think really take you to the six-figure retail. Of course, if you're local, you can do ads and grow locally within your own area. Definitely if you have a smaller amount of locations, because you can become that person, which I think Chris does really, really well. So Christopher is in here. He's muted, but Savannah Eye Doctor, I know that he gets out there. I see him in every single post, just like Francis, who's down there. I always see them online with their face, and they are servicing their local area, and it's really paying off. So that's my 2 cents from the last call.
It's absolutely okay. So when I come from the old days, and remember, anybody started their business 20 years ago. It's hard for us to adjust our brain to the new business way. It's very hard. You cannot teach old dog new tricks. But if you teach an old dog new tricks, you become a dangerous dog. I'm just telling you, because I got the old fashion of business and I got the new fashion of business. So I can cover both sides. I'm going to speak of my experience, and I'll share with everybody what exactly I mean by doing the business from both sides of the fence. I was a retailer. I was, I was an employee on cell phone stores. So I dealt with the customers, with the end users. I dealt with the vendors. I become a vendor, and I did my business the old-fashioned way, which is I flew almost to every city in America, almost the 50 states. I've been in the 50 states, and I can't remember, maybe the Northwest is the only thing I didn't go much, but I covered all the major cities. I walked into stores. I literally were talking to minimum of 1,000 business owners every year, if not more. And I helped many thousands of businesses to start their business. So I had the old-fashioned way. Right before COVID comes in, and I start getting involved in social media. And Nicole, we met on social media.
We did.
I saw you. You saw me.
Right.
We just met. We've been friends for 4 years, and
right.
3 years, and we just met in Vegas last month. So
yeah,
we developed a great relationship. Like when you saw me, I saw you. We were not shocked. Just shake hand. And,
right.
Hey, it's you. I'm here.
Right. I was like, give me a hug.
Yeah, we've done business. We've done pearls. We've done all the stuff that we do if we were in the same city and we met face to face. So social media made you my friend. I know your kids. I know what you do. I know where you live. I know where you moved. You know what I do. You know my kids. Like nothing left but face to face. So I mastered the old fashioned. I mastered the new fashion, and that's how I'm targeting customers. And I want to tell the new guys here on the call and every I joke. You guys are the future. You are the new faces. You need to build. You need to buy everything. You need to own your space. If I'm going to speak here, Christopher, Zane, for example, Francis is in New York. He just called me yesterday. He said, "Hey man, it sounds like we're going to be moving to that new location." You know what, Francis? Move to the new location because your followers will follow you anywhere you go. Right. It is kind of hard. It's kind of I mean, it sounds like he's been asked to move because the landlord want to do whatever the hell he wants in his building. It's his business. But guess what? They'll follow you everywhere you go because I see you on Facebook. I know what you do. I know your employees. Like when we met in Vegas, it felt like I've known you for many years. Same thing. So use that leverage, guys. Use the social media. Get known as much as you can. and be that guy. Get your mind.
I muted him. Okay.
Okay, Francis, like use that backbone, man, that you build. You build that social media presence, and then the money will follow. Your customers will follow you, and guess what? They're not gonna follow you, and wherever you're going, you're gonna build new relationships, and that's where you always need to. The more you're known, the more money's gonna follow you. That's it. The more you're known, the more you follow. You guys are awesome. You know, you're a great guy. I met you. I feel like I've known you for many years. Same thing. It's just the power of social media, the power of knowing. And if you don't have the time to do it, consult with someone. It's like you're training, like Nicole. She's training people to repair. If you cannot do it, get it right. Consult with a professional and build that momentum, build that history, and you will know what you do. I mean, it's you're never gonna know everything in your own. I still, I mean, if I need to know about repairs, I'll go. If I want to know about accessories, I'll talk to someone with accessories, and so on and so on. I like what you're doing, Francis. Francis, share with us what you do. If you have a quiet, close your window because it sounds like you're driving. Go ahead. Hey, thanks, guys. I'm actually driving right now, so it's gonna take Jerry.
Oh, I think we lost him. Oh, sorry. Oh, there we go. Okay, I think we lost him. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, go ahead, Francis. Yeah, sorry about it. I don't know what I got cut off, but like I said, I'm just trying to network a lot of business owners, and yeah, amazing, man. Don't worry about it. We'll bring you back again when you land somewhere. Christopher with the mask. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing, man. Welcome to the room. What is up, Nicole? What's up? How you doing?
Good.
So, I have two stores here in Savannah. I've been doing this probably about 10 years now. Um, but I like what you said about the social media, and I try to drill this into as many people as I know as possible. People underestimate the power of social media. Now, a friend of mine, he taught me this. We call it this is a hack for y'all, and I'm gonna be honest. I don't tell a lot of people this, but I'm gonna say this to y'all. It's called the art of the flex. So nobody, it just sucks because it is what it is. But unfortunately, nobody wants to do business with anybody who's not doing business, right? So if you are doing business, even if you're not doing, you might have been slow. You might not have fixed a whole lot of things, but you need to be showing something. Make sure you're taking a lot of pictures. Make sure you are saving, a lot of videos so that in the future, even if you're not doing anything, um, people still think that you are doing something because that's what you want to do. You want people to assume and you want them to see and think, oh man, he's just doing so much or they just doing so much. I want to do business with them. And people will be more inclined to do business with you because you are who you are. A lot of people will just do business with you just to say, I did business with this person. Because they see what you're doing. A lot of other people see what you're doing, and they want to feel special enough to say, I did business with this guy. I know this guy, or I know this person because they did. I did so and so for them, or I went to them because I need this done. That's that. It's the reality of it, and I try to tell people that all the time. You have to use social media to your advantage. The only time you'll see me post on social media is if I'm promoting something or maybe I'm just in a good mood. But for the most part, it's strictly business for me. I don't have time for the theatrics and the extra stuff. if you want people to feel like if you want people to like shop with you more, you have to give them something to want to shop for. So
that is a great point, Chris. I love that. Yeah, that's just being. I cannot. That was such a great what you just said about people see you, they perceive you as extremely busy and doing a lot, and so they want to interact with you because it's like, wow, I get to work with that person, and that's not a brag on our end for putting ourselves out there, but that's just the perception that people get of you when you are continually and continuously and consistently showing up online no matter what and promoting your brand like unapologetically. I have these stores, this is what I do, this is what we can do for you. And I know, Chris, when I really started to get to know you is when you started to record the people that were working in your store doing like backlash and stuff. And that really stuck out to me because it was just like a lot of people struggle offering those extra services in their store. And if they just understood, if they brought on some staff and support them and built them up, that they can grow, And so those are the kind of things that you put online. And I know some of you are like, well, how do I even start? Like, I know, Roy, I know you're trying to get back into flipping more, just you have to be open to being visible, going live, making videos every day consistently. I mean, every day I post at least 6 times on social media, every single platform. Okay. And it takes time, but guess what? I got to do it, and I use a really cool software to schedule out some of my content, but I still post 6 times a day, but I have additional posts on social media from a software that just schedules it for me. But I do have to build that out once a month, or I have my assistant do it.
Nicole, I gave up the race. I used to see you do it one, I do one. You do two, I do three. No, I can't keep up. I gave up because you're amazing. Let me ask you a question. Share with us. Who does it for you? You do it yourself or someone else?
So I use a software called Hello Wolfie. It actually has content already in it. So like if you guys have any of you guys ever seen, you may have not, but if you've ever been to the CellBotics Facebook page, you'll see that there's consistently new articles going up, and those articles are all my platforms. And so we treat even the Google My Business as if it was social media, because that is so important. Like, I cannot stress enough how people need to change their mindset around Google My Business as just a listing to a social media platform. I can go on for hours about that platform probably. But Hello Wolfie is actually, it's really inexpensive and it's a one-time year thing. My assistant, I've taught her how to set it up, but the daily posts are between, I have multiple employees, I have my assistant and then myself posting, but everybody knows that when they're working, they have to make consistent posts of either me or TikToks. So it's basically like a company effort. I have 2 cell phones within the building that just stay in the building that the staff can use, and I've taught them how to post on all platforms and the tone for the platform. So like when they're posting on LinkedIn, I have a paper written up that says this is the tone of Nicole on LinkedIn, because you are posting like me, so you need to have a certain tone. I need certain hashtags, and so every staff knows whatever platform they're on, the tone that we're going for. Like TikTok is more fun, and so do whatever you want, do some dances, have some fun, which we're kind of trying to grow on TikTok. But yeah, that's how I do it. It's a collaborative of my team, and I give them open reign to the phone. Sometimes like they're holding the phone and they're making a video, and I don't bug them. They're like, what you doing? I'm making a video, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and it just works out really well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Christopher, I heard you said you have 2 stores in Atlanta, Georgia.
Mm-hmm. He's in Savannah. He's in Savannah, and he has 2 retail locations.
Savannah, Georgia. Okay. Is Savannah like far away from Atlanta? Yeah, we're about 3.5, 4 hours away. Oh, okay. All right. Share how long you had your stores? My first store, it's going on, I want to say 7.5 years. And wow, my second store is brand new. It hasn't even been a year. But okay. We, I don't want to brag, but we did do our 6 figures within 9 months in our second store. So I knew this was my answer to that question. And I knew the answer was going to say, because you learn from the 7 years. I mean, If I open a business, if you open a third store, it's going to be maybe, I don't want to say 100, it could be 200,000 because you get the recipe, you know what you're doing. Share with us, what did you learn? What did you bring from the first store to the second store to make it happen fast?
So I'm gonna tell you what I brought from our other set. I'll tell you what I brought from the first store, but we actually attempted to open a second store. I want to say it was 2018, but I'm not gonna say it was a fail. It was a win-win situation for me and my partner. But ultimately, we ended up closing that store within I want to say 8 months. So coming from the first location, like systems, I'm real big on systems. That's my thing. If you don't have like a system in place, customer like CRM or POS system where you're putting customers' information. If you don't have like specific systems in place and specific prices in
That
place,
is so true.
it's gonna be hard to run your business because you'll have your technicians calling you all the time. Hey, how much is it for this? Hey, how much is it for that? I'm not. I got out of the race of trying to compete with everybody else when I finally understood that we are the standard. I know I was like, I'm not competing with the guys at the mall. I'm not competing with the guy down the street because
I love that.
we've always considered ourselves to be the standard in this area. So once I realized that, everything was just uniform. If whatever, if there's a specific device that needs to be repaired and they don't know how much it is, okay, my team knows. Hey, you look up what that part is, and then you add labor and everything else onto it. It just is what it is, and that'll just be the price, unless it's a special circumstance. But systems is the main thing that I brought from my other store to this. I'm sorry, my phone is always ringing, and that's why I never.
That's okay.
So that systems is the main thing. Secondly, I'm the having a system to put the customer's information in, number one, and reaching out to those customers. So I use repair desk and I use that text function. I'm not one to nobody likes to get emails from companies every other day. Nobody likes to get text messages. Every time you reach out to a customer, you don't have to be selling them something. And this is one thing that I just kind of thought of it one day. Every time I get an email from a company who wants my business or a company that I've shopped with before, whenever they reach out to me, it's always because they're trying to sell me something. Anytime we use our system to reach out to our customers, we'll only send them a special once, maybe twice a month. Any other time that we reach out to them, all we do is we reach out, we'll say, hey, this is Savannah High Dollar. We hope you guys have a great afternoon, or we hope you have a great weekend. When school started, we sent out a message. We say, hey, we know the school starting back, coming back. We wish all of the students, parents, if you have kids, we wish them a wonderful school year. If it's a holiday, we'll say, hey, it's Labor Day or whatever the case is. You guys have a great holiday. We appreciate you as a customer. We always tell them, we thank you for being a customer of ours. I don't tell them we want you to come in. We don't have a special. We just want you to know we appreciate you as a customer. And surprisingly, what happened is a lot of customers would come in and they say, hey, I got a text from you guys. I really appreciate that. I got so and so that needs to be done. They'll call. That's just a reminder to them that we're there. We don't want to sell you anything. We just want you to know that we are here and we appreciate you. Ultimately, you don't really have to try and sell them anything because that's just a reminder that you're there, and eventually they will come. And when they come in, they'll say, yeah, I got a text from you guys. That was real nice. And a lot of my customers, they said they appreciated that because they're so used to being spammed by text messages and emails trying to be sold something. You don't have to spam your customers to sell them anything. If they want to shop with you, they're going to shop with you. We make sure all of our customers, I'm sorry. Any customer that comes in the door, when they walk out, they get a coupon flyer. This may be, a lot of people may think this is old school, but it's worked very, very well for us in the past. We make sure when they walk out of the door, they get a coupon. It's $5 off the accessory, $10 off of repair. And if they come back with it, we tell them, no, keep it. And, they'll keep it every time they come in. They'll get $10 off. They appreciate small things like that. So it's so much that I can tell you. I wish I could share it all. I don't have the time, and I don't want to hog up the stage. But those are just a few things, a few tips that I would give anybody out there who's trying to focus on getting to that six figure. It's not hard. It's easier. The same thing you would do to turn your $1 turn into $10 is the same thing you do to take that 10 to turn it to 100, and that 100 to turn it to 1,000, and so on and so forth. You have to be consistent, because I guarantee you, your consistency will it'll take you where you need to go. You just have to be consistent. You don't have to be the best. You don't have to be the smartest. All you have to do is be consistent. And if you are consistent, trust me, you'll get there. I'm gonna take this phone call. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a really awesome point that he brought up, and I wanted to kind of add to it, because what he's actually doing there is he is building brand recognition within his own town. So think about if you were to get a flat tire or need mechanic work or wanted to order a pizza, usually people know the company that they want to use in their area. Okay, it just comes to mind, right? Because you know that company, you see the company, you know they're in your area, you've used them before. So what he's doing there is, because he's showing up so much and not in a salesy way, and this is what I tell my students, your ultimate goal is to be the place they think of when they break it, not just trying to find people that have broken devices. When you can actually be the one that they think of when they break it, or when they need to sell a device, or when they need to buy a device, once you become that place in your area, you have no issue, but you have to maintain it.
Exactly. Christopher, go ahead. Second, Christopher, get something to share about?
Yeah, so I opened my repair shop like three and a half months ago, and it's been going. I mean, obviously it's going to take a while for it to get anywhere. So I have a repair desk. So I don't know. I guess I probably didn't have it set up right, but I had the email notifications for all of it already coming in, and then I discovered that my customers, one, were getting thousands and thousands of emails. So I just quit that function. So in actuality, does anybody actually see that working if you send your customer a follow-up email on how the device repair went, or if they want to leave a Google review or something like that?
So what I have mine set up. I stopped the emails too. I have mine set up to just send a text message. So after, I want to say 7 days after, they'll get a text message that says, "Hey, we're just checking in on you, see how your device is going." And then it also asks them for a Google review as well. And if you use their SMS feature, you can log in to the repair desk, like the back office with the integrations for their SMS system. If you log in, you can see the outbox and the inbox, and you can actually send and receive messages to your customers. If they respond to that text, you can respond to them through the repair desk system. You just click on inbox and outbox, and you can go from yesterday to last week. Oh, I just clicked like last month, or for this month rather, so I know all the latest messages that came in. So you'll see if anybody responded to that text message, and I try to have someone check on that at least every day.
You appreciate that.
Go ahead, Christopher. You have your question? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I appreciate that. Just I don't know. I just didn't want them to feel like they were getting bombarded and then they'd become annoyed and whatnot. And so, just the SMS feature, every 7 days, definitely might start implementing that just to give them a soft text.
And what I would, do you have a lot of customers in there so far?
No, not too many right now. I'm still trying to build the brand and get people to, recognize me and know to come there and everything.
Got you. I would once you get to maybe about couple hundred, then I would from there start to send out those text messages. But what I did was, we had so many customers, and obviously not everybody wants to be on that list. So before we even started sending anything out, we sent out a mass text message. Hey, we're cleaning up our text list just so we make sure we don't have anybody on there who don't want to be on there ahead of time. So I would suggest that too. Just make sure everybody who is on there wants to be there. That way you don't get discouraged by people responding saying, "Hey, remove me." Because trust me, you'll get hundreds of them at one time, and that's discouraging. So to avoid me being discouraged, I said I'm just gonna reach out to everybody and go ahead and get them off the list now, so I don't feel bad for sending messages to these customers.
You have to be careful how to deal with your customers and not to annoying them. I'm glad that Christopher realized that some stuff work for people, some stuff doesn't work for people. Unfortunately, the emails nowadays becoming scary. People like to get things in text faster than email. I personally, actually, I was in a room with this guy and he's running. I don't know how this guy can do it. Over 31 or 32 businesses, and he does not answer emails. He tells everybody, text me if you need anything to be done. So the text sounds like it's the fastest, the new thing to be communicating, even at a business level. Emails you have to do it sometimes just to have it as documented as legally and whatever, some follow up and stuff like this. But I follow with you guys 100%. I agree with you. Abraham, you're in the room. Do you have anything, my friend, my brother?
No, not really. Hi, everybody. I'm just actually enjoying listening to all the contributors here, and I agree with everything that Christopher just said a little while ago about texting and being direct to the point, and sometimes send something nice. This way at least you're not looked upon as a pressure tactic or sale tactic. Even in our business, we try to do some of that as well. Our sales team, have access to cell phone numbers of retailers that work with us. And we try to call them once or twice a month just to check on them. And my instructions to them all the time is just call it. It's a courtesy call, checking to see if you need anything. If you have a minute, I can explain to you what promotion is going on. Otherwise, I can just send you a text or an email. So this has been working a whole lot better because we're not calling them to tell them, yeah, buy this phone, buy that phone, buy whatever, there's nothing. None of that. And they appreciate it. So yes, I agree 100% that phone calls or text messages are a lot more effective, in communication with, quick, to the point, short, and it serves as a reminder, to the person you want to talk to. That's it. I mean, that's definitely a good technique.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. Ahmed, I wanted to have you talk a little bit on, I'm recording this just so you guys know. I mean, I just want to share it with, beginners that aren't on Clubhouse and stuff like that. But Ahmed, I want you to talk about if someone's just starting out, like Christopher, right? Like he's just a few months in, he said, I know I've heard other marketers say, 10 to 15% should go into ads. What is your take when, you know what I do. We teach people that are entering the industry, right? And that's the biggest hurdle that they face is advertising. How does somebody, can you help just give people some tips on how can they start with advertising and what kind of initial cost should they expect? Say they have just a little bit of repairs or no repairs so far,
Okay. I just want to tell everybody in this room, each and every one of you, including except my brother and my son, we met on social media. All of you, every single Francis, every single one, Christopher, Roy, we met on social media. You see me talking in the groups. You see me active in the groups. I post on everything. Sometimes I'm driving my car. Sometimes some people call me and tell me, dude, you're crazy. I mean, I'm literally driving in the car and just someone asks a question on the group. And I know I'm going to forget it if I pull over or I'm going to pull over in my garage or whatever the destination. I'm not going to answer them. So I pulled my phone, I recorded, I said, hey, man, I saw your question. If you need anything, reach out to me, blah, 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 all these things. And I just finished. So I use social media. As a matter of fact, I barely even text my people. I send them videos. if anybody in this room received some of my videos, sometimes I'm driving and I just put the camera. I said, hey, Nicole, I did that with Nicole many times. I did that with Francis. I do this all the time. I don't want to show off. I'm just trying to get to the other side. I want to get it. I want to get my message across faster. And it's not it's not. This is not difficult, but it's not easy. Just get yourself used to it. So in order for me to be making anybody, if I open a wireless store tomorrow, I would be on social media today talking about it. If I am going to do anything in 2 weeks, I will be talking today. Like I will be coming soon, this sign on the front of the building coming soon, I want to take it and rip it off and throw it in the garbage. This is old fashioned. Nobody look at buildings anymore. People follow people, not business. If I will buy from Roy because I like Roy. I want to go to Christopher because he's awesome. I want to talk to Brandon and Francis because he's the man. He knows his business. So I want to reach my customers. I reach you guys because I like you, because I show you on social media. Roy, probably one day we'll have dinner or lunch because I like you. Christopher, the same thing. The way you talk today, man, I feel like I'm connected. As a matter of fact, I followed you just because the way you talk. So people like people. So connect with your customers. Christopher hit some nail and then like hit very sensitive points. I talk to my customers. I reach out to my customers. I open the store. The second store, he made $100,000 in the first year. So he doesn't have. There's no suffering because he knows the recipe. So market your business nonstop. People love to see people on social media talking. I love watching videos. I don't want to read the articles. I don't want to read this bull crap. 90% of my books, I don't read it. I listen to it on the car. I have, I'll pay that $6, $7, $8, $20 more because I don't have time to. I can't read them. I like to listen. I like to listen. I like to see. I like to feel. You know what I mean? You know the person when you see them on social media. I promise you, every there's people making more money now in COVID, guys, because they knew the recipe. Everybody's disconnected. Everybody is scared to, and everybody, and some people taking advantage of this. I don't want to take. They're not taking advantage of COVID, but they're taking advantage of people being distracted. So jump on social media, talk. The minute you feel you're tired, slap your face. Wake up, wash your face. No, you can't. Keep going, because that moment, that second, you want to give up because you're tired. Like you, Nicole, 6 posts a day. I cannot even believe that. So if you went 50%, you're still higher than anybody else. If you went 40%, 30%, you're still better than 110% of people. So being out there will get you there. Will get you the 100 and 200 and 300. Guys, there's some stores are making $5 and $6 and $7 and $8 and $10,000 a day. Trust me. I know these. I can't tell you the secrets of people because I have privacy of some of my clients. Man, I heard some numbers the other day. I almost dropped on him. I said, I want to quit what I'm doing. I want to go work for this. I swear to God, you don't understand. There's some stores making $15,000 a day. I can't believe that. I cannot believe
100%. Mm-hmm.
And you know what he's doing? He has a guy going live every day. You can do it. Can you imagine if you go live on social media? We'll make you $1,000. Dude, I want to go live every day then. So do it.
Yeah, and some topics you can talk about. Okay, so we're mainly focusing on the cell phone repair industry, but if you're in this group and you own a different retail business, and you just popped in here because you've seen the title, this is what I found. So as a store, if you have a cell phone store, you kind of feel like, well, what am I talking about? Do you mean like I'm going to go live every day and just say, this is what we do? No, you can actually find topics to talk about. So if you want to talk about, I've had students that have great success kind of dominating their area, their town, by going on every day live and talking about a different topic around devices. So would it be a new app, a new platform that's coming out, an update that's coming out? And so you just every day find a topic that's trending or something. They've got all these websites that you can go to, like Mashable, or I've got a big list of them, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But they have articles and things like that. If you go to the CellBotics Facebook page, you'll find tons of articles to talk about. And so you just go live and talk about that piece and pick one each day so you become the expert. When you're going live, you're establishing yourself as the expert. It is the visibility, but then it's also establishing yourself as the expert that people go to. I mean, I have clients that I do consulting for that fix 300,000 phones a month, and I tell people that, and they look at me cross-eyed, and I literally think they think I'm lying. And I'm like, I've seen these facilities, and these were made by people that don't know jack about phones, and of course that's not retail, but you have to establish yourself as the expert in any industry that you're in. And so picking a topic doesn't have to just be you live saying, hey, don't forget, we do repair, or, we sell clothes, whatever you're doing with your retail store. Pick a topic within your niche industry and just talk about that live every single day. Just do a test for yourself. Write down all your followers, all your comments, all your interactions on all your social media, and then do it for, do a 60-day challenge. For 60 days, I'm going to go and make a video every single day about a different topic and see what happens.
Awesome. Christopher, let me ask you a question. Do you take any seminars, any self motivation, improvement classes, seminars, anything like this? Have you ever done that in the past?
Wait, are you talking to me or talking about the other Christopher?
Well, either Christopher.
We'll call you I Savannah, the other Savannah doctor.
I would say Christopher was the best, but I said, you know what? Let's say Christopher, see which one is going to answer. Who's going to answer? No, either one. Go ahead. Anybody take any classes?
For me, I've never really taken any seminars or any classes or anything like that. I mostly just push myself to do things. It's kind of how I live my life.
Yeah, I've never taken any either. However, I have gotten back into. I'm not a big reader. I cannot stand reading words on a paper, but apps like Audible, I take full advantage of apps like that. So here recently, I just got back into my audiobooks, and I'm me personally, I'm inspired by people like Jay-Z, like Rick Ross is my biggest inspiration of all. So I literally I listened to his latest audiobook twice. But things like that, I've never taken any classes, but as far as like reading, I'm inspired by people like that. I look at big entrepreneurs and I kind of, follow what they do, and that's my inspiration.
Yeah, I mean, personal development is a huge key to my success. I mean, guys, if you would have met me 7 years ago, you would think it's a different person. I mean, it's literally that drastic of a change. And I mean, Ahmed, you already know I consume training courses and coaches as if they were like lunch. You know what I mean? Like, I have 3 coaches right now. I have JT Fox. He's a coach for me, and I'm in his mastermind. I've got another coach who's a course coach. So,
wait a minute. Are you paying JT Fox?
I'm within his mastermind program. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And then
you guys, if you don't know who JT Fox, he is one hell of a guy.
That's how I'm going to interview Jillian Michaels.
I wanted to pay him for a class. I cannot believe it.
No, he has a mastermind package, and it's basically you can submit questions, and then he meets one time a week, and then you get other things too. Like today he has something, but he's vicious, and Ahmed, a lot of times I am very nice, and so he's definitely that edginess, and that's why I have decided to take the program for the year. But I have another coach for my business, which is education, and then I have a spiritual coach, and I consume content all the time, like Chris is talking about. Audiobooks. I mean, if you don't know me, I drive an hour to my retail space every day. So every day I get audiobook for 2 hours. So I put audiobooks in the car. So I definitely, if you just want to start there, I mean, there's so much around building a retail business in audiobooks that can really help you, because even though you may have a repair business in retail, it's still a retail business. And so that information that you're consuming can apply to it.
And if I can add, surrounding yourself with individuals such as us has been huge for me, because the average person cannot relate to the stuff that you deal with mentally being an entrepreneur. And it just said, your auntie or your cousin or your friend, they may be your closest friend, but unfortunately they can't relate to the things that you have to deal with. So I keep a very, very small circle of individuals who understand the challenges that I have to deal with on a daily basis, and they can relate and they can help, motivate me to kind of keep going. Because I'm not gonna lie, I've had plenty of days where I just say, you know what, I just want to sell these stores and just clear my mind and do something else. But I love what I do, but sometimes it can be stressful. But surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals and staying connected with those individuals, through social media, is very, very huge. That's because people just cannot relate to what we do, unfortunately.
Agreed 100%. And to get back to your, I didn't answer your question, Nicole. What is the percentage of an income should go to marketing?
Yeah.
It's two things. I mean, if you're gonna do part of the word talk and part of the work and part of going live and doing all these things and posting all these things, then you're doing it. But if you don't, then you got to pay a company to do it for you. It goes between 5 and 15%. It depends on what you can. There are other choices. I'm sorry, Christopher, are you there?
Yeah, he said, are there other choices? And I think what he's alluding to is what most people that are starting out, they have an issue with is, do I really have to do that? And they'll try to do it on their own. And I see so many fail, because they just never do it. And they keep trying to do it themselves.
Yes, yeah. No, well, it's the thing is, we think we are doing it right. Put it this way. I go to the gym all the time. I want to give you just a quick example. The gym give you 2 classes free because they want to sell you classes, personal class. And the guy kept coming after me every time I go there. When are you going to get your class? When are you going to get? And I work out for 20 years. Dude, when I worked out with this guy, I felt like I didn't know anything because I was with a professional. So from that day, I took some classes. As a matter of fact, I signed up my son some classes. Every now and then, you gotta get something, and this is just the gym, I'm not making money from that. I'm just doing it for myself. So to answer everybody, you got to invest in marketing you have to, gotta put a budget every month. You have to, man. You have to. Take that 10% and just put it to the side. 5%. Sometimes some people, they say, well, my business is booming. I don't need to market. Big mistake.
Yeah.
That's big mistake, bro. That's when you start
Chris is clapping.
As a matter of fact, Nicole and Christopher, our biggest accounts. I'm not here trying to sell anything. I'm just telling you, my biggest accounts, the guys who's making $500,000 and more. And I tell him, why do you market? He said, I never want to drop I don't want to lose a penny. I'd rather give you that 5% and keep that 95%. My 95% is good, but I don't want to lose that money. So protect your it's easy. It's hard to make money. It's harder to protect it. So make sure you protect it.
Christopher, not I, Savannah. I'm gonna just because he does ads. He already knows. He's running those shops like a boss, But Christopher, the one with the newer shops, think of it this way. I want you to kind of just challenge your thought there real quick, because advertising, you can even save up for that. And of course, I know a lot of people understand. I'm teaching people that enter the industry. So this is something I see over and over and over again. Okay. A lot of people will try to start ads on their own, and that's fine. Some people are successful. They take courses, they learn, they dedicate, they go through trial and error, and they spend the money to do that, to master it. 100% you can do that. Okay. But what you can't do is not do advertising, okay? And so what I want you to do, this is what I do with my people that I coach through my coaching plan. One thing that I give them to do is, when they have an issue looking at advertising as valuable and as if they can't afford it, I say, every time that you buy something, every time you buy a pair of sneakers, a cell phone, a coffee, whatever, I want you to stop for a minute and pause and think about that $2-3 that you're about to spend. Could that have been spent on advertising that would have brought you money? So instead of spending money on that coffee or that lunch or that dinner, what happened if you would have took that $100 dinner date and actually turned it into more money? And really pause and start evaluating your life and your spending habits, because you'll find the money is there. It's just like when people say, I can't, or I don't have time to do something. Like me, I want to go to the gym, but I choose not to. I can never say I don't have time, because that's a lie, because I could make the time. It's because I know that I am in control of my own life and what I choose to put my energy towards. So it's the same thing with spending money and having the money. We just say we don't have the money for things that we don't really feel as valuable, but yet we spend money on other things. In reality, they are less valuable. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So for me, gosh, I think it was like a week ago, I was actually talking to somebody that I met in the cell phone groups about doing advertising for me and whatnot. And he actually worked out a deal where he gave me a really good discount. And he did some graphic design work for me in the past. So he's actually taken over this month, which I can't say if I would say I've seen a difference between my ads and his. But like I'm getting a lot of messages, but the only hard part I'm having is closing the deals and actually getting the clients to actually come to me.
If I had $1 for every customer, it was hard to get in the door. I'd probably be rich right now. But
on the beach.
That's a problem that Chicago is. Yeah, you'll just have that problem. Unfortunately, it is what it is. But you have to kind of figure out some things. And this is I do this all the time. Every week I'm trying to figure out new things. What can I do that they are not doing to kind of get the customer in the door and close the sale? Because once you get them in the door, you don't even have to sell them at that point. The hard part is already done. It's just getting them to come to you, and that's a problem that you will have, unfortunately. But I'm confident you'll figure it out.
So you guys have all the advertising, right? You guys I don't know how many messages everybody gets a week or whatever, but I'm getting like a lot. Like this week, easily probably got over 1,000. And I probably I'd say I have like maybe 8 clients in this week. And granted, I know I'm still growing and I'm in a really hard demographic area, but like, I mean, any tips for like closing deals, getting people, like that's just what he said, getting people in the door is the hardest part. I can close a deal with somebody if they're in the store and whatnot, but getting them there is hard.
The only thing I can say is answering really quickly. Not letting that lead sit hot, and I don't know what's coming to you with the lead. Is it just like a Facebook message?
Yeah, so I have paid Facebook advertisements, and then my advertiser set up some like automated responses and whatnot. And then as soon as I see it, I try to message them as quick as possible and get them a quote on what they're wanting. But then the quote, they just say thank you, and then I mean, I've maybe converted like 2 people into clients that came into the store off of Facebook, but like I'm not.
What?
Like I'm spending a decent amount on advertising this month. I just
Right.
threw a bunch of money into it, just trying it out.
So when they say, so what is your closing line? Like once you give them the price, what is your closing line after they say thank you? What do you follow up with?
I say, let me know if you would like to schedule the repair.
I would say, hey, we have this availability today. Which time is good for you? Like more make it where it's not up to them. You're insinuating that they're already locked in to make the appointment.
Yes.
And I know Chris and Ahmed can really chime in here, so I'm going to mute and let them fill in a little bit more. But that's all I can say.
So when someone messaged you, that means they're looking for your service. That's a good. That's right. Like that's all. Because now the customer is talking to me. Immediately I jump in. I said, sure, we can take care of you. What time is good for you? Plus, you can tell them, hey, thank you for contact. This is an extra 10% off. And by the way, and say for example, it's an iPhone X or iPhone 11. Hey, you come today or this week or within the 48 hours, we got a screen protector for you for free. Christopher. You're a new guy you're the new guy in the on the block. You said you've been open for 3 months, correct?
Yeah, 3.5 months. The first 2 months were really good, and this third month, like this. Let's see, what is it? It's August or September. Yeah, sure. September's been rough. I'm doing like at least like 50 to 60% less than what I was doing the other months.
It's always the new guy. They want to come and see them, and then they pull back. So now, when anybody communicates with you, immediately I got 10% off on top of the discount, the price you gave him. We're going to price this much. We'll do it for you for this much if you come in today or tomorrow. On top of that, we have 50% off in our accessories. Come on over and check us out, man, and we would love to have your business. Give them call to an action right now. You need to tell them coming in. You gotta tell them, you gotta ask to close the deal. I don't wait for them. Hey, yeah, we can fix it for you. Anything else you want, sir?
Right.
He wants you. He asked you already. So give him the answer. Come on in. When should I expect you? We're hours from this to this. Be aggressive a little bit. It's okay. Customers like to be told what to do, by the way. They don't like to don't give them too many options. Christopher, you want to add to this?
Yeah, I'm not sure if this will work in your situation, but me and our stores, I found this to be really successful as of late. Um, we don't give them a price unless they're really adamant about the price. So what I've trained my staff to do now is, someone calls if they say, hey, can you fix an iPhone, whatever the case is. If so, how much is it? We'll tell them, don't worry about the price. We have the best prices here. We can offer the best prices and service here in Savannah. What time did you want to come by, or when is a good time for you to come by? I mean, you don't even get you just come at them real quick, and then they're like, oh well, I'll come this time or whatever the case is. I worry about closing the sale when I get them in the door. I'm not concerned about closing the sale over the phone, because half the time they just call it. They're gonna call 5, 6, 7 other different places and try and get a price. So I focus on trying to close that sale when I get them in the door, as opposed to trying to close it over the phone, because it's gonna be a lot harder since they're calling around to get other places. Now, if they're really adamant about it, then we'll go ahead and we'll get them a price, and hey, just go ahead and come by. We'll make sure we get you a free screen protector with that. Something of that sort. But that's a tactic that I've found to work very, very well, because I just got so frustrated with people calling and we just giving prices over the phone all day. It gets very frustrating. Just giving prices. So now we don't even give them a price. We just tell them, hey, don't worry about the price. We'll get you taken care of, and you'll get the best service, and we'll make sure we get you the best price in Savannah. So,
because once you give him the price of what he did, he's gonna hang up the phone and call the next guy and tell him, can you do it for better than this? Right. So basically, you give him the way out. You gotta tell him it's an easy fix. I can take care of you. How much it costs? Well, let me take a look at it before I give you enough price. Plus, I'm gonna go ahead and throw you a screen protector. Just come on in and we'll take care of you. Call the customer with their name. Tell them, if his name is Roy, tell him, hey, Roy, come on over. If his name is, Christopher or Gabby, whatever, just call them with their name. You try not to use that formal, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. It turned them off. It makes it feel like this is a corporate and this guy's going to rip me off. So I like people to call me with my name. Hey, Ahmed, come on in, man. I'm like, sure, I'm on my way, man. But if he says, sir, would you please come over here? We will absolutely take care of it. Don't give him a long story. Give him the answer. It's an easy fix. Come on over. We'll take care of you. We got all kind of good gadgets here. And I'm going to go on and throw in a screen protector for you when you come in. Something like this. Bring him in. Wheel him in. Once he walks in, like he said, it's over. The rest on you.
Gabby, do you want to add to this?
Yeah, just add a little bit, as I'm doing 3 things at once here today with the kids and the family. But yeah, never take no. Again, I always stress this. Never take no. I always second guess their no twice. So usually if they say no, or they say, oh, well, I'll think about it and I'll call you back, there's a good chance that they have another place they want to call, or they have a different price in mind already from a different place. So what I like to do is I like to follow that up with, hey, well, listen, we match any of our competitors' price and we will beat all of their warranties. I promise you we will not let you down. Just give us a try. So it's just a matter of kind of, as the phone call's ending, saying, hey, look, hey, don't go, give us a shot. One more thing I want to say to Chris, the guy who says it's been slow. If there's a lot of idle time, that's not good, man. If there's people walking outside of your store, those are potential customers. There should be no idle time at all, and you guys shouldn't be slow for any reason. Do not rely strictly on your advertising online. You should also do a lot in your local community as well.
Yeah, I think that's really worked for me in my community is, well, because of COVID, we don't it's not too much, but when events start back up in your community, they're going to be a real big hit because people have just been locked inside for so long. And what really, really worked for me was buying costumes from eBay and having someone stand in the costume with a t-shirt of the company on it, and then having some tables with those, our logo colored, our brand colors, tablecloths. And then what we do is we put candy inside, like 2 pieces of candy inside of a candy bag with a flyer. And when we're over there telling them what we do, we're sponsoring this character. We always say we're sponsoring the character for the community, because any company that sponsors something, it gives the impression that this is a large, stable company, and that's really what you want. So you want to have some people there at the event with you and just give away everything. Don't make it about sales, make it about brand recognition in your area. You're not trying to do repairs there. It's all about brand recognition. Get you 3 tables, make the space big, visible, get 4 or 5 people out there with you to talk to people. You can get a coloring page made. I did that one time. That was a really big hit for my business, and said, hey, we're doing a coloring competition for your kids. You can bring it over to the store. We're going to be giving away a pair of headphones or whatever. But it's that community engagement and just letting them know, hey, we just want to let you know what we do, and we're here, and then we're sponsoring this. So local events were like a game changer for me before COVID. And I could track the hits to my site because the analytics. So you can see the spike. You can see the spike in the calls. You can see the spike in the visits. So definitely check into that too.
I'm going to agree with Nicole there. One thing I personally have flipped signs myself. So don't hesitate to be outside and, wave people in. But another thing we did that was a huge success too is we did a free barbecue for the community, which we advertise everywhere, all our local grocery stores. We say, hey, come on in. We're having a free barbecue. And listen, hot dogs, they're dirt cheap. Go to Aldi's, buy a bunch of packs of hot dogs, man. Give them out. You're not going to lose much. All you're going to gain is a bunch of friends and some new customers.
That is so right. Oh, yeah. So just focus on your local community.
No, go ahead, Nicole.
No, you're go ahead, Ahmed. I was finishing up. Go ahead.
You just remind me with one little tactic I used to use all the time. I just want to let you know, guys, I did retail for 17 years. So I dealt with end users all the time, and I loved it. And I used to always use, whenever there's a little hard, I'm facing some challenge to close the deal, I'd be like, you know what, man, let me go ahead and give you the friends and family discount. Go ahead, you deserve it because you've been coming here all the time, or this is your first time, whatever the reason is. I just throw the friends and family and go ahead and close the deal. Let me get you going. Sure, let's do it. Thank you so much. Always use these big words that big corporates use it, but in your neighborhood. And make them feel, because listen, you're our community. You're in the community. They're gonna know you. The more you treat them right, they're gonna bring you customers. So once they walk into the door, Christopher, you got to bring them to the door and close the deal. And that's a big win. That's a very, very big. If there's a customer walking, and I said that in the last call, and spend with me $50, and I see $150 he put back again in his pocket, I'm not thinking about the 50 in my hand. I'm thinking about the $150 he put in his pocket. How can I get that $150 back again? How can I get some of that? I will throw him all kind of deals, family deals, son deal, daughter deal, wife deal, cousin deal, whatever. Bring, hey, you have a wife, yeah. Go ahead, let me, what kind of phone she uses? Oh, she has an iPhone, for example, 11. Oh, I bet she's going to like this in your case. Dude, you see money in his pocket. You got to take it. You got to work all your skills. Every single skill to pull that money out of his pocket. I was a little, my employees will be like, "How do you come?" I said, "Listen, dude, you got to think about that. The money in your hand is in your hand. What about the rest?" So always come up with all kind of different ways to close the deals. I'm a little aggressive than average Joe, but I don't care. I made the most money. That's why I made the most money. So you can use it. Like I said, Gabby is amazing. He said, you're in community. Don't depend on only marketing. Depend on your skills. Remember one thing, and just one thing I just want to tell everybody. We're not clerks. We're salespeople. When you're standing in the store, I'm not walking in to buy a pack of cigarettes or a pack of gum. You cannot convince me to change my, when I want to walk in, I'm buying my soda in a gas station. No, some stores right now, they act like they are working for a gas station. We're not clerks. We're salespeople. We're professionals. We have to offer services. We have to ask all questions. Listen, talk to your customer. From 100 customers, maybe one will tell you, hey, man, I don't want to talk. But 99 will love it. because you're the expert. They walk in because you are the expert, especially repair places. I didn't get to that high level of repairs in my days, but I wish I did. But I can imagine if I walk into a place and the guy is repair, I want to hear his recommendation. Hey man, I want to protect my phone. How can I protect it? Offer me accessories. A lot of places fail. They just do the repair and they just stop right there. Hell no. Offer them accessories. Offer them the Bluetooth, anything. Hey man, make sure you keep your phone in your pocket when using your Bluetooth. That's why you broke that screen. It costs you $200. You need $30 Bluetooth, and you'll protect you. You know, keep your phone. You don't put it in your lap. All these talks, keep talking, non-stop until the guy remember you and remember your face. And if he see you on the street, he'll remember you. And that's how you gain. They'll love you. Customers love salespeople who talks and don't be over funny, because you just be nice. Thank you so much. You bring a daughter with you. What's your daughter's name? Oh, your kid's name. Oh, nice. Hey, give me a knuckle. Anything. Be nice to them when they come in. Trust me, they'll love you and they'll come back to you.
And if they get a repair done, I like what Ahmed said, they should not be walking out with just that repair. I don't care if it's a screen protector or a case. If they came in for a screen repair, they're walking out with some accessory, whether it's a cord, a cable, a block, or at least a screen protector. Because that's going, you need to focus on, you got to get that ticket price up. So don't ever let anybody walk out of the door just getting the one repair that they ask for.
That's such a good point. I wanted to, real quick, just reset the room. If anybody has a question in the bottom, you can raise your hand. We'll definitely bring you up. From everybody that's up here already, does anybody have a question or a topic they want to talk about?
Good afternoon, everyone. I was wondering how you guys motivate your technicians or people that are working for you to continue pushing accessories sales after the repairs. I feel like they'll do it for a week or two and forget, and
offer them
keep them motivated.
You need to offer them a commission.
Yeah, commissions are how I do it.
And another thing I did, I'm sorry, I just want to give you my tips. I printed papers and I put it behind the counter. I put them in the bathroom, doors, where customers can't see. I put them on the side where, when you're standing in the store and you're facing the showcases or your counter, I put it all. Don't forget to offer cases. Don't forget to offer accessories. Don't forget to do this. There's a quota I gave every sales of my guys. Listen, I got 16 stores. So if we sell 5 in each, 5 times 16, that's how I paid my employees, just from the accessories. Offer them to listen. You sell one to, in my days, the accessories were expensive. Now they're cheap. You can sell 20 accessories a day. Every customer walks in and walks out must buy an accessory. I promise you, if I walk into your store today, you'll end up selling me an accessory, because there is something new coming out every day, every single day. There's teasing, dude. There's people have like 6-7 cases because they wear them. They wear some cases when they have jeans. They change their cases like they change their shirts. So you can sell many of these things. Offer them from 1 to 10. Give up, $1 from every week. If you sold 50 cases, maybe you'll make $3. Just give them maybe $1.50, $2, whatever is your brand and your price. But you got to give them money, $1 to $3. You figure it out. And whoever sells the most, maybe throw them an extra $10 or something, but you got to give them a reason to sell it, man. And there is so much money in accessories. It kills me when a guy walks in and doesn't buy accessory. It kills me, because it's the cheapest and the most profitable.
I've offered them $3 to $4 per accessory they sell. They stay motivated for a week or two, and then it's back to nothing.
You got to talk to them.
You got to stay talking to your staff. I mean, I motivate my staff almost daily. When I walk in, I'm like a presence in the area, which I know other people up here can agree to that.
How many employees do you have, Nathan?
6 employees.
Okay. Do you do stand-ups with them every morning?
I do not.
Okay, you got to start doing this immediately. Every 9 o'clock. At what time you open?
8 and 9.
8 in the morning?
8 or 9, yeah, depending on the location.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow, that's early. Okay, so you are. How many locations you have?
4 locations.
Okay, you have managers for every location, right?
It's a one-man show.
But Oh, okay. So one employee. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. It doesn't hurt to put them on an app like this, and it's a private room, and tell them from at 10 o'clock every day. I have 15 minutes with all of you guys. Put them all on the phone. What you've done yesterday. What you're gonna do today. Every day. Remind. Trust me. There's a reason people go. Listen. There's a reason people go to church every week. We don't need to believe that, everybody believes in Jesus, but you still have to go to church to make the belief even stronger. Same thing in sales.
Let me ask you this, Nathan. What do you do anything to show your appreciation to your employees? What's the last thing that you've done for your employees just because? Besides like lunch, lunch doesn't happen.
Besides lunch, we give quarterly bonuses, but I'm all ears. Whatever you guys can tell me.
Well, no, that was just I was just curious, what exactly you do. Quarterly bonuses are definitely always good. But one thing that I do, and I do very frequently, is let them know that without them, this business doesn't run. And that just is what it is. My employees, my main employee, he's been with that company from the time he's been with the company before I even purchased the company. And he just recently left, and when he left, he was like, "Man, this is like the best job I've ever had." I took real good care of him. We made sure he got bonuses. He's got PlayStations and Nintendo Switches and all that other stuff. But ultimately, just having those meetings is definitely, you gotta have meetings with them because employees will always they don't see what we see, so they'll do good for a week or two and then they'll be off. But it's our responsibility to make sure we're always drilling it into their minds and reminding them constantly that they have to do these things, and then we have to remind them why. Because what I do is I let them know. Listen, the reason I drill these things into y'all so much, and I show them the numbers aspect of it. I show them if we sell X amount of accessories, or if we do X amount of upsells, this is X amount of dollars every month. That pays you. If these things aren't getting done, some the money in the bank does not just magically appear out of osmosis. It comes from the small things that we do each and every day. So you don't have to give them all of the financials, but I would definitely drive to them the point. The reason that we are here is because this money is being made, and if this money is not being made, then unfortunately we won't succeed. And it takes all of us in order to succeed. If we're not playing our role, and if we're not playing our part individually, then we won't have a job. That just is what it is.
Yeah. Yo, Nathan, real quick, Nathan, this is Reginald, man. Love what everybody's saying on this call. Biggest thing I think that a lot of us sometimes forget is to connect with our employees. We try to do something where we connect every single quarter. My store is located right across from a movie theater and like a little something kind of similar where it has like golf carts and mini golf. So we'll go over there and connect outside of work and get to know each other and catch up on what's going on outside our lives. And I feel like that's a big thing that's been helping us lately is connecting because the COVID restrictions are being lifted up. So there's more things opening and more things to do in my city. So I just want to say that real quick. Maybe try connecting outside of work.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, Nathan, I want to add one more thing. So what really works well for me is once I've decided to hire someone, so I don't do this before we hire them, but once I've decided to hire them in the initial stages of kind of like, the onboarding, we have a little questionnaire that we have them fill out, and it just basically, what are your goals? What are your pain points in your life? If this company could have a big impact on your life, what would that be? What is your vision for your career? And then what I do is one time a month I'll have myself or Michelle Cox is the director, or a manager that's upper level, someone that they can look up to, just have a little sit down with them and figure out where they are as far as their goals are. So I feel like a lot of times companies want their employees to care about them, but it's not reciprocated the same way. So like one time, for example, I had an employee that, she's fine. She's been working for me for years. And she started to show up late, and instead of just getting on to her and writing her up. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? You're starting to be a few minutes late. She's like, oh no, we're just having car issues and all this. And I said, well, what's going on? Because I really want you here. You're valuable to me. She said, well, we have 2 flat tires, and and I'm not paying her minimum wage, but she's got 5 or 6 kids, and the life. And so I was like, this is what's keeping you late. Here's the money for the 2 tires, and it made her cry because she said you never had a job care about what was going on with her. And so, of course, you can't just throw money at everything. But like, I have one of my staff, he wants to own a t-shirt company, and he's made his own designs. He's a really creative young guy, and he was kind of going about it the wrong way, the way I seen it. It's because he doesn't have the money for inventory, but he was like trying to save up money to buy from this Chinese vendor that he connected with. He's going to buy shirts, and then he was buying these print machines, and he's going to print it himself. And I said, how about this? How about you start on Teespring? I showed him how to copyright his designs, because that was one thing that he was scared about. And I mean, it took me less than 20 minutes to go over that with him. And what it does is it builds loyalty. I'm still the authoritative figure, because I do have to, there has to be rules and boundaries. We can't be best friends with everybody that works for us, but we can come in as a mentor / employer, and really that brings loyalty. And then they want your business to do good, from what I see, because you want them to do good. And then, like everybody else is saying, just remind them constantly. Maybe ask them, what is your goal for your bonus? What bonus do you want? Well, when bonus time comes around, I want $2,000. Okay, let's work that backwards. How much do you need to sell over this amount of time to be able to reach that? Okay, here's your goal. Go do it, right? And you got to be the motivator. You've got to be driving the train.
Great advice. Thank you, yes.
One thing that I did, and it worked with me very, very well in my organization throughout my life, is recognizing my employees, giving them an award, giving them something that they can hang at their house or on their desk. They look at it every day. They're like, you know what? I want another one. I want another one. And that's what I got there. So you have 4 managers, make a competition. Say, you know what? We're going to do a little contest and see who's going to win. And there's $100 gift card, Amazon gift card, or Starbucks gift card, whatever you want to do it. Maybe cash, however you want to do it. Just give them something that push them toward a goal. My goal is to get that thing and an award every quarter, like Chris and Regional said that. You gotta give them a reason to win. And unfortunately, and it's not unfortunately, actually, it's like they don't own the business. I own the business. I'm here Saturday working. Nobody's here in the building. It's my business. So I got to figure out how to keep these guys motivated. And I have to keep to them, just talk to them, keep that momentum going. And don't think that, oh man, they did it last month and now they're not doing it. Guess what? Because you're not talking. So keep talking to them. They'll get there. Anybody want to share? Anybody want to share something? Thank you, Nathan. That's a very strong point.
Very great question.
Yeah, keeping the team on the track is important, because we can get to, like Christopher said, we are all one team. Your team, and you are without the team. Me, I'm talking about myself. Without my team, I'm nobody.
Oh, I'm nobody without my team. I wouldn't be able to do all the work alone.
Anybody have a question?
What do you guys talked about to the employees every day? Yeah, what do you guys talk to the employees every day to not make it repetitive?
For me, I'm just motivating and talking about the goals that we have for the day, understanding sales and all of that kind of stuff. I don't know about everybody else, but me, it's motivating, reminding them why they're there, making sure their energy is right. I have a big thing where I say, if your personal life is coming with you in the door, let's figure out how we can change that, because your energy is going to affect the customer's response. So that's what I do.
I talk to them about success. I don't talk about. I mean, if there's a bad thing happened, like very bad, maybe I'll bring up a little bit, but I don't want to make it a big deal. I don't yell at them. I talk to them. I motivate them. I share with them success. I ask each one after everybody has 3 minutes. What you have done, what you've done yesterday, and what you're doing today, and what's your plan. You know what I mean? Just what you've done yesterday and what you're doing today. They make them remember that, oh shoot, I haven't done shit yesterday, so I need to do something more today. That's something that keep them on track. I am part of the talks. This is what I've done yesterday, and this is what I'm doing today. And if anybody needs any help, I'm available. Remember that, guys. I'm always available for you. You got to keep talking to them, man. Nathan, the situation right nowadays is very hard to keep people on focus, and you got to keep them talking. Believe it or not, sometimes I am driving, and I have them on one group on WhatsApp. I just record a video, and I just record a song, and I send it to them. It makes them so happy. They laugh, they joke. I just gotta keep them motivated, man. They're the engine. They're the engine. My engine needs to be greased. If they're not greased, I'm screwed, because my bills are coming, and I gotta pay the same bills. And you know what? Some employees in real life, they just want a paycheck. Some people want to grow. So I'm working with the one that they want to grow. I'm always focusing on the one they want to grow. I gotta keep them motivated, man. I mean, in my worst situation, I'll tell you what, I will be having the worst day of my life, but I have to put a smile when I walk in and tell them, hey, man, it's your day today. You look like you're doing great. You've done fantastic. Who made that sale yesterday? Give me 5 here. I keep them going, man. It's just, you got to keep that, you have to have that leadership and that attitude, man. You got to be that attitude. You have to have that coach attitude. Well, you know what? And I'm sorry, we're not in 1980. We're in 2021. Everybody needs to feel good. And if that's what it takes to make the money, I'm going to do it. Running a business right now, it's not easy. It's not an easy. You guys all winners over here. You're heroes. You're fighters. Like Christopher said, listen, what do I need to do? I need more customers. You're saying right now, how can I keep the team motivated? It is very important. These are very sensitive things. This do or die situation. We can go. We can vanish if we don't keep them motivated. And Nicole is like, she's taking 6 pictures, 6 posts a day. 5 of them with her employees, if not 6, to keep them going, right, Nicole?
Oh yeah. My staff know I love them. I walk around all day long, and I'm like, "You're so awesome!" Like, I just compliment them. We're in one space, so I understand. But I do have, the Houston location, and we have a big group chat. And every morning, I may send funny memes, and I'll say, "Good morning, everybody. This is what we want to do today. This is kind of where we're at as far as the bookings, and this is how many students we have coming up, and these are the repairs that we've got coming in, and just letting them know and saying, hey, yesterday you did this so-and-so, thank you, and acknowledging them in front of everyone in that chat. Even if those people are not there, because we have the Texas facility now, they're still seeing that, and they chime in. And but I think you used a really good word for this, Ahmed, which is you have to be like the company coach, and that's really what you are as an owner. And I think Chris will agree with me, and Francis, even Gabby, you guys will agree with me. You have to be like the coach of your business. You're the coach of your staff, and you're basically always have to be pumping them up to keep that momentum, because people can get stagnant and feel like it doesn't mean anything to them, and it's not a purpose for them, and they're not having a good time. Because like you said, we're not in we're not in 1920 anymore. People want to enjoy what they do, make money, and feel like they're a part of something.
Chris, share with us, how do you keep your team motivated? Because you have 2 stores, you said.
Yeah, so I mean, y'all, I'm just gonna echo what y'all was saying. My main thing is like treating them like they're human beings. They have issues going on, just like they have issues going on in our life. But my main thing is, just keeping them motivated, letting them know, hey, we did a good job. Everything that my managers did not do for me, I do for them. Show them that I care, treat them like they're an employee, not just a number. Like all of that stuff, making sure they know when they did a good job, even if they did do a bad job. I don't come down on them hard. I just coach them. Sorry, I don't come down on them hard. I just coach them in that moment, so the next time they have an issue, they can easily fix it, and they don't feel bad, because you don't know what these people deal with. One of my employees dealt with depression, and I didn't even know that until his mom. I even have relationships with these people's families. So, we would every quarter. Not only would they get bonuses, but when I give them their bonuses, we're all at a dinner table. Every quarter, everybody knows what to eat. They can order whatever they want. They order whatever they want. They'll get a bonus check. All that good stuff. Because they're not my. I don't treat them as employees. They're like my family, simply because I probably spend more time with them than I spend phone is ringing once again.
And that's a great. I know what you're gonna say. You're saying they're more like you spend more time with them than your family. Yeah.
Yeah, I spend more time with them than I do with my own family in my own household. So, it's only right. You have to have, more deeper personal relationships with these individuals because it makes them feel like they're a part of it. It makes them feel important because ultimately they are important because without our team, we just cannot be successful. It's virtually impossible for us to be successful without our employees. And at the same token, of course, we can hire somebody else the next day. The likelihood of you hiring the exact same person is slim or none. It's going to be a lot harder. So it's easier to just treat the people that you have like gold, as opposed to trying to find somebody else and start over. That's the model. And I hope my background wasn't too loud.
No, you're fine. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you.
It's okay. Nathan, I send you my number. If you need anything, man, just call me on iTunes. I can give you, we can write, I can help you to write a bonus structure for your employees. Or just, I'll give you some tips. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it. And everybody that's in the room, my line is always, it is always open. I don't always answer, but just like send me a DM on Instagram or something, and I'll send you my number. Francis has my number. I think Nicole has my number. Yeah, I want to get the number out there too. I'm not sure how much longer I'll be here. I definitely want to connect with everybody on stage.
Yeah, that's okay. We're about to summarize and end up in the room anyways, but thank you so much.
If anybody have a question before we end the room, go ahead. Let me ask you guys a question just before I end. Is daytime or nighttime better for you? Because we can adjust this room. This is the first wireless and telecom repair group, and we had one at night and one at daytime because of the weekend. What do you guys suggest? Daytime?
For me, nighttime, definitely.
Francis, what do you think?
I think nighttime, I know throughout the day everybody's busy with their businesses, so maybe we can adjust to that.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll next time, Roy, what do you think? Last one. I know Roy will say midnight because he likes to stay up late.
I was going to suggest
definitely nighttime.
Nighttime. Gabby, nighttime?
Evenings, brother. Evenings. Listen, I suggest you all invite your employees in here as well.
You know what? You're. I like that. We experimenting, but it sounds like nighttime is better because we can have more people. I had people actually texted me now and told me, sorry, I can't because I'm busy. So I felt kind of a little bad for making it the daytime. Nicole, moving forward, it's 7 o'clock and up. I don't mind staying up late because I'm, it's not like staying up late. You're sitting on your couch and just talking. And this is like a couch talk, so it's a good talk.
Right, of course. Yeah, I'm good with nights. We just wanted to try it out. So yeah, I can see nights work better. So thank you everybody for being here. I know it's the middle of a Saturday. Have a great weekend. And, we'll be doing this again Wednesday. So if you think of any questions, write them down so then you can bring them in here and we can, try to help each other.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Anybody need anything, please reach out to me. Reach out to anybody in the room. Follow everybody in the room because I'm following you all.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow everybody too. And Nicole, I have a club. It's the members only network.
Okay.
It's a lot of entrepreneurs in that room. We got like almost 4,000 members in that club. So if you want to run it under our club, that'd be great.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, we definitely could do that.
I'll follow your club, Christopher. Absolutely.
Okay.
How do I get in there? I don't know, Chris. I'll talk to you about it outside of here. All right. Thanks, everybody. Somebody's raising their hands.